Welcome back to another edition of the FSU Simicast. I really wanted to do this as soon as this was released, but life happens. Anyway, as you can see, the 2000 football schedule has been released today. So I'd like to talk about it just briefly, how it sets up, stuff like that. I'm not going to talk about individual games or matchups, breakdowns, any of that nonsense. It's January, for Christ's sake. Plenty of time for that later. But anyways, let me grab the old mouse. Let's just highlight some of the big games. Obviously, Bama game 1. Got Miami game 3 2 weeks later. Then a little more than a month later, you have Louisville, October 21st at home. Miami's at home, by the way. And then about 3 weeks later from after Louisville, you get Clemson. And then, of course, you close in Gainesville with the annual rivalry game. Now, if you were paying attention to where I was moving my mouse, you'll notice that the biggest games, Bama, Miami, Louisville, Clemson, and Florida, they're all pretty nicely spread out. I like it. In short, as far as my schedule analysis, I like it. You have the cupcake Louisiana and Monroe in between Bama and Miami. So that's nice. You get a break from Bama, and then you have an opportunity to get right and get ready without playing a big opponent before you head into the Miami game. And then Duke is essentially, no disrespect to Duke, but, I'm about to disrespect them, is essentially a bye week before Louisville. So that's nice. Also, speaking of bye weeks, that comes week 6. So that would be right here, which not ideal before Duke, but all in all, that's not bad. Week 6, it basically splits the season in half, so not too bad. Then when you move to Clemson, look what you have right before it. Boston and Syracuse is god-awful, so that's a nice little break there. And then before Florida, you have Delaware fucking State to kind of get right and get ready, and basically it'll be prep week. So the big games are spread out pretty much each month. Basically one a month. I mean, first month you got Bama and Miami, but they're split with a cupcake. Then October you have Louisville. Then November you have Clemson and Florida, of course, but they're split by a cupcake. So I like the way it's spread out. And also in general, it's a good schedule. With those 5 big games, that's enough for any team in the country, honestly. It's not as strong as last year's schedule, but that was unlikely to happen. FSU wound up playing 6 teams, if you include the bowl game, 6 teams that finished the year ranked this past season. That's no joke. Looking at here, Bama will be top 5 preseason. Miami will be top 25. Louisville will be top 25. Clemson will be top 10, top 15. And even Florida will probably be top 25 preseason. And that's at least 5 ranked teams heading into the season. I don't see any surprises. Obviously, the cupcakes like Louisiana Monroe or Delaware State, that don't even count them. Syracuse, hell no. NC State, maybe they could surprise and pop up and be ranked at some point during the season. Maybe. Wake Forest, no. And BC, no. Duke, maybe. But, yeah, 5 solid, good games, big matchups, whether the rivalries are just insane. I mean, look, you got Bama and Clemson, the 2 teams that have been in the past 2 national titles. That's, I mean, fuck. Anyway, that's it. I like that. I like the way it's spread out. The bye week's not perfect, but it does split the season in half. And if you're going to have a fairly difficult schedule, which I'm not sure where this will be ranked, but this will probably get a solid ranking just with the 5 big games alone. It'll probably be a solid strength of schedule, I'm sure. Top 25 would be my guess. This past year was like top 5 or top 10. It was a really difficult schedule. But anyways, like it. It sets up nicely for FSU to do some things. That's it. Please leave a comment below in the comment section. Let me know if you would prefer a game to be somewhere else on the schedule or the bye week to be somewhere else. We can talk a little bit about that in the comment section. For instance, like Miami, on one hand, like them early in the year because their new quarterback, whoever that may be, won't really have his feet that wet and be that seasoned. But on the other hand, it is just 2 weeks after playing Bama, so I mean, and there's other games you could probably nitpick, but in general, I like it. Tell me what you think. That's it. Just a really short little discussion about the 2017 football schedule. If you're a first-time visitor, feel free to subscribe. And this has been another FSU Summitcast. I'm out.